It's another day and we're happy to say we're single and we're healthy and we love it that way. Our melanin is popping in the morning glow, and we're about to tell you how the story goes.
Oh, hell nah.
Man, it's freezing out here.
Okay, I be with my bestie. We got the fresh tea, so tune in every Tuesday. Don't be messy. Elevate your mind, don't let none get you down. Cause this is Hot Thoughts. We covered the higher ground.
All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to High Thoughts Podcast. It's your girl, Leah.
And it's your girl, Tonysha.
And we are back under unfortunate circumstances, you guys. Your girls are sick. At least I can speak for myself. I know that I have been sick for a few days. It's kind of crazy. I definitely believe it's that thing that's been going around for sure. You know, all the signs and symptoms have pointed to that. So, yeah, the best thing to do is to stay away from everyone and, yeah, just take care of myself. So, it's been a wild week, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Turned up for the birthday weekend and, yeah, now I think I'm just getting hit with everything, getting punished for everything at this point. So yeah, here we are. I guess it was bound to happen.
Are you feeling better?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling better. Today was the first day that I woke up and was like, oh, I actually can breathe. So that was good. I felt a lot better today. And yeah, I'm happy about that because I was getting a little concerned as I started feeling worse and worse each day. I was like, yo, it's not getting any better. What is happening? So I was happy today that I started recuperating and feeling like I could get some things done. So that was great.
Right. No, for sure. But we are not going to talk about the sickness the whole time, guys. We're going to get right into it because we still want to. It's a lot of things going on out there in the news. I know a lot of our listeners probably pay attention to the Shade Room, pay attention to all of the gossip sites. We're all on Instagram. We all have TikTok. We all see it all. So recently I saw a story come across my Explore page, and it was that LaLa Anthony, I guess former Anthony now, is filing for divorce from Carmelo Anthony, the I don't know how many time All-Star, NBA All-Star, but yeah, it's kind of crazy, but it's not surprising.
No.
Not surprising at all. Carmelo has the same story. Another story came out saying that he is now a father of twins from another woman. So it's not surprising. You know, Carmelo out here, that's his third child outside of his marriage while he's been married. So he has a total of 4 children.
Oh, wow.
He has a total of 4 children in the 11 years that he was married to LaLa, and only 1 child with LaLa. So when you look at it, the math just doesn't add up, and LaLa had to get smart and bounce out of there. But I'm sure she did it like her BFF Kim. You know, she used her wits and she was like, let me time this perfectly because, you know, I got to make sure my coins is right and my kid is right. So what do you think about it?
I mean, yeah, if you're having multiple children outside of the marriage, that is a big problem. And obviously with it being in the tabloids, it's like you have to deal with it with the world. So I think I would have been out of there. It appears that they probably tried after the first child he had out of the marriage. But clearly he keeps making the same mistake. So that's not going to work. But it's also interesting the fact that her and her bestie are going through divorces at the same time. So their summer is probably going to be, I don't want to say summer. Yeah, I was like, I don't want to say that because they're getting a divorce and I'm pretty sure they're sad about that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to keep each other comfortable and happy and like, girl, let's have at it. Let's have a good ass time.
100%. Question to you: would you have stayed with, if you were LaLa, right? You're married to Carmelo. Would you have stayed with him after the first child he had on you?
My natural reaction is to say no. Because no, right? But I don't know. When you're married, I feel like there's a different fight you put towards a marriage. And so I never knock an individual for trying to make their marriage work. I feel like that's something that you took your vows and things of that nature. So I don't knock an individual for trying to make a marriage work. I don't knock an individual for taking their spouse back, and like seeing where that goes. So yeah, I don't know, because I'm not in it, right? I know I would be extremely hurt and extremely disgusted.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. What about you?
If I was LaLa, having the career that LaLa has, having all the things that she has going on, I would have left him after the first kid. Because the first kid is only like, I think 3. The first kid that he had a child, the first outside child, let's say. Yeah, I think that kid's only 3. So I definitely would have left, because, you know, at that time, LaLa had power. LaLa had all her TV shows that she had done. She had all her other campaigns. Like, she had other ways to make money. So to me, it definitely wouldn't have been a financial situation. And yeah, I would have dipped out of there. I would have just been like, you know what? Like, if you're gonna cheat on me, I'm gonna do my thing too, you know? I wouldn't be surprised if LaLa is doing her thing. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if she's out here dating. I mean, you know, she's hot. She's got like a new body, you know what I mean? She's looking good. Yeah, and she's LaLa. Everybody knows LaLa. So I'm sure she has no problem getting dates.
But so, I think that's the thing. Like, I think I guess in a marriage, it's beyond that, right? It's
100%.
Yeah, it's a commitment. It's a love. It's beyond like what you have going on your accolades. So I think she tried to put her best foot forward. But if someone is disrespecting you, like creating another human being with the person, yeah, that one is like,
Yeah, that's what I would have had to get out of there. To me, there's no turning back from there. You know what I'm saying? You made a commitment with that other person now, to raise a child. So for me, the number one thing for me in any relationship that I'm in is respect. So once I lose that for you, I can't even speak to you. Like, I can't look at you the same no more. It's just null and void at that point. So yeah, I definitely would have been out after that first child. But you know, everybody has their own situations, and like I said, I'm sure she did what worked for her. But the humiliation would have really got me. That's what I said. That first child, I would have been so humiliated. Like, I would have had to bounce for sure. Type of stuff happens all the time. You know, people cheat, people get disrespected, things happen. Have you ever been cheated on? And has there ever been a situation where you just felt totally disrespected, or just some wild ass shit happens?
Yes.
Okay.
I was cheated. Tell us. Look. Yeah, so I was I guess the first time that I would say a real cheat, because as a teenager, like whatever. But my son's father, he cheated on me. And I found out right after I had my son that he was leaving. So I was in school. Obviously, I was in high school and I had my son. So I would go to school, go to work, come home. And when I would come home, he would leave. And I'm like, where the hell you going this late? Like, I work at the mall, so I'm getting out of work at like 10:30, 11. Where you going? So he would be gone all night. And yeah, realized he was cheating. The girl called me, and you know, that whole messiness. It's funny though, because when she called me, I didn't yell, I didn't scream. She called and I was like, okay. It's like, yeah, I'm fucking woo. I'm like, okay. And I couldn't, because of the person that I am, I would have been giving her satisfaction to yell back. So I didn't give her that. So I just sat there and I listened and I said, okay, like whatever. But when he came home, that's when all hell broke loose, and it definitely was a problem. It definitely got very physical. Because at that age I was a very physical bitch. So
we do not promote domestic violence.
No. Definitely do not promote domestic violence. And I was wrong, because you don't put your hands on people for no reason.
Right.
But at the age of 17, just having a baby, I was irate at that point. Yeah. I'm angry, I'm emotional. And that's when I realized, like, yeah, no, this isn't gonna work. You're and he was young too. So put that out there as well. But it's a feeling when you find out somebody's sleeping with another person and you think that they're only supposed to be sleeping with you. So that makes you feel wet. Okay.
That's definitely a surprise. You're like,
it's like, oh wow. And then when I had no clue. And then when the person calls you, I think with cheating, for me, it was the humiliation. So after that, I never had another situation where I knew a man was cheating on me. Not saying it didn't happen again. I just never had a situation where I knew, that a person was cheating on me. I just feel, yeah. What about you?
Of course. What? Like, I've had so many situations, and that sounds so bad. Like everybody cheated on me. No. I haven't been cheated on since I was, or at least that I know of, since I was about, I don't know, like 20, like early 20s. It was like, yeah, maybe like mid 20s. I think I was like maybe 25 the last time that I like knew. That was my last like immature or very immature relationship, let me say, where it was like, I guess it wasn't even a relationship. It was one of those things. It was like we were in a situationship and like we were kind of back and forth, or like not even back and forth. Anyway, I'll just tell you the story, y'all. So what happened was I was dating this guy who happened to be my friend. This is kind of why you don't mix like your friends and your relationship. I was dating this guy who happened to be my friend. And at the time, we were literally just friends. I didn't think about it like that because, one, I was dating a lot of people during that time, right? Like I was single, so I was dating, right? And so I started like dating him, and we were also friends, remember? So we would go places together. We would go on like random trips, like short trips, right? Like trip to Miami, which isn't really short. It's 8 hours from where we were, but like it's a short trip. So we would hang out. And I remember this is when I first moved to California. So I was moving to California, and that same girl DMs me or like hits me on Facebook. This is how you, no, I don't even look at Facebook like that. Let me tell y'all, like I only look at Facebook for my mother. Like my mother posts stuff with my niece. Like I look there for like my niece stuff, right? Because like she's not on Instagram. So this girl like sends me all these messages. She sent me these screenshots, you know what I mean? And he was acting funny too. Like right before I left to California, like I had already said, like, I'm doing my thing. I hope you do your thing. You know what I mean? But like, we're gonna always talk because we're friends. You know what I mean? So we weren't dating technically. We didn't have the technical term of like in a relationship because I was moving. Like I wanted the freedom. Like I'm a free person. So I didn't want that technical term, but I think okay, so let's tell you the story. So she started sending me these messages thinking that me and him are together. And it's like screenshots, hella screenshots. So however long they were still communicating. And so she was like, I just hope you know who this is. Da, da, da. And I was like, sis, I introduced you to him. You think I'm mad? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, right. I was low-key mad at him, but I didn't let her know I was mad. So what I did is I just didn't even read all those messages. One, because it wasn't going to do nothing for me, but I already knew he was a liar. I already knew he was doing his thing. He's a Pisces. Pisces are a little weird, you know what I mean? We've already talked about this on previous episodes, y'all, how I feel about them. So, so I was just like, yo, I can't believe you did this. And so he took and I blocked her. because I was like, I don't want to see this. So I blocked her whole page. Like, girl, I don't want to see what you got going on, you know? And then he put on Facebook, he made this whole apology. He made a statement, put it on Facebook, made this whole statement, tagged me in it. I guess she saw it and then she DM'd me on Instagram to send me more stuff. And I'm like, girl, you are so desperate to make me upset. So it was one of those things where I didn't feed into it. I never responded to her. I never gave her anything. I just literally looked at it and was just like, cool, girl, like, I'm in LA. Like, I think the one thing I did say was, you could have him. I'm in LA. Like, I literally wrote her that, you know?
Right.
And he was still like apologizing, like, Leah, I'm so sorry. But at the time, I also had found out that he was having a substance abuse issue, and I had no clue. Right. And I remember you were the one who told me about the substance abuse issue. So this should like ping your head back. So like, I was like, oh, wow. So then it made that was a super turn off, because I'm super turned off by that type of stuff, because I've seen that destroy families, that destroy relationships. So for me, that's a major like, oh, okay, cool. You could definitely have them, because I ain't with nobody who do all that, you know?
Right.
So, you know, it whatever, it's all like in the past now. But listen, fast forward months later, the girl like tried to hit me up to see if we could work together. Sis, come on, sis. You messy. I can't work with nobody like you. You tried to hurt my feelings. Again, it's the respect thing. To this day, I'm cool with him, but there's still like a level of respect I'll never have for him, based off how he treated that situation. But we're cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're cool, because at the end of the day, we did start as friends. So I really don't like to lose friends, because it's really hard to find good friends. But yeah, like I'll probably never consider him a good friend anymore. But yeah, like, we're still cool to this day. Like, you know, he called me the other day, so, you know, we're cool, but I have no feeling.
It's no romantic side to it.
Nah. Like, I mean, you know, he's a cool guy though. Like, I know he meant no harm at the time. We were both young. We were in our 20s. Like, we doing our thing. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, so yeah. But yeah, that was definitely that was the last time of me knowing that I was being cheated on. You know, now I feel like I just have a little bit more mature relationship, so that type of stuff just isn't happening. At least not to my knowledge. You know, again, everybody cheats, everybody does what they do, or not everybody cheats, but you know what I mean? People make mistakes, as they say. Yeah. People make mistakes, but for me, I never believe cheating is a mistake. In my eyes, I do not believe cheating is a mistake. I believe it's something that you do. You are knowingly, you know what you're doing. You know that you are hurting someone. You know you're going to hurt someone, whether it's the person you're cheating with or the person you're cheating on. You know you're going to hurt somebody. So I never look at it as mistakes. So when people say, "Oh, he made a mistake when he had a kid," the kid is a mistake now.
Mistake.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so I don't reference cheating as mistakes. I reference it as a lack there of judgment, poor decision making, and something I'm not into. It's a disrespectful act in my eyes.
I definitely agree. And no, I don't look at it as a mistake, because you're knowingly doing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unless you just fell inside of this individual, you knew what you were doing, and
but you can't just fall inside of anyone. That's
that's my point. Like,
great.
Right, you didn't fall inside of her, so it can't happen that way.
Right.
So yeah, I think that it didn't turn out the way you wanted it. Like you said, it typically, you didn't want the individual to know. You thought you were going to get away with it. And I think cheating is one of those things where if nobody else knows, you can swallow the pill maybe a little easier.
Right.
Versus when the whole hood know, when everybody knows, when the woman is calling you, things of that nature, that's when the embarrassment sets in. That's when you're like, oh, hell nah. This is what's going on, or this person is laughing at me. I know for me, it's the embarrassment of it all. I mean, the fact that you're sleeping with her is one thing. The fact that she knew about me, and especially in this day and age where you can look at people's social media, like she's looking at
You
my
can
social
find
media.
anyone. Y'all,
Exactly.
it's okay. You can find anything. My friend just sent me a DM the other day about a dude she was messing with, and she found out he just had a kid.
But no, speaking of, listen,
Like,
that's what we talk
she
about.
literally just found out he had a kid, like, and the baby's little. Like, the baby's not 1 year old yet. So he was trifling.
But okay, so let's go into that. So literally like a few months ago, it was this guy from my past who popped back up, and he was like trying to talk to me, woo woo woo, and went to back where I grew up in Maryland, and like we went out to dinner, great, fine. He's like, yo, I'm trying to talk to you. I'm like, well, we'll see. So he did something like the whole inconsistency thing that we've talked about in the past. Like he did something that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And I wasn't completely sold on it anyway. So I was like, whatever, like we just need to be friends and that's it. I'm not interested, to be honest. I didn't say that. I just kind of zoned him there. So I'm scrolling through Instagram and it's about, 2 months after he was trying to talk to me or whatever. And I see him holding a baby. And I'm like, so I read the caption. He's like, oh, I'm so excited. My second baby, my son. So I'm like, okay, you're trying to talk to me or court me or whatever the hell you call it, but you have a baby on the way and you failed to mention that. Very unattractive. So what I did was, because once again, it just showed me character. I don't dislike him. I have no problem with him. It just showed me character. You will never be my man, because I feel like if you're having a child, that's something you tell an individual. Hey, I'm having a baby. Maybe I'm not with her, whatever. Like, let me decide if I want to deal with you, which I would not. But I just said congratulations, and I kept it moving. Like, oh, he had a baby, and you sloppy hell.
I have a question. Since you have a son, and we in our last episode or last 2 episodes ago, I think it was episode 20, we talked about when to introduce your child. So I have a friend who, when she first starts talking to a man, she does not tell them that she has a child. They just kind of continue to talk for a while, and then if she feels comfortable, then she brings it up. What do you feel about that?
I disagree. Personally, when I first meet a man and I sense there's interest, I bring up my son immediately. Even in conversation, even in casual conversation, I'm gonna bring up my son, because I know that people have preferences, and I know that people, some men don't want a woman with kids, and I respect that. So I feel that you should know right now that, hey, I have a child that's in my life, because if you're not good with kids, or you don't like kids, or you don't want kids, I'm not the one for you.
Right. Don't talk to me. So I feel like telling someone that down the line, that could be a deal breaker for someone, and I think that that's kind of well, selfish.
Yeah, I think that's selfish. Like, why, until you feel comfortable, like, to me, it's like, why wouldn't you tell them? That's a major part of your life.
It definitely is. I think the first thing I thought of was, wow, that's incredibly selfish that you would do that to a man, or to any person. Even if a man did that to a woman, I think that's incredibly selfish, because now you've allowed this person to get wrapped up in you, and then they're like, oh, wait, you have a kid? Okay, cool, but like, why'd you hide it? Because even if the person is cool with kids, even if they are like, okay, cool, like, I like kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be a stepdaddy, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say? Some men like women with kids because they feel like they're more nurturing. They feel like just whatever, right? They feel like they'll be ready to have another. So, yeah, I don't know. I just had to bring that up because I thought that was super
maybe
weird.
They do, but then there's a man out there who's like, people get mad at people for having preferences. Why? We all have things that we like. So a man may say, no, I want a woman where I create my first child. We create our first child together.
Mm-hmm.
If that's what he is looking for, you're not it. And I think that if you're trying to sell that, then you're misleading.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
yeah,
agree.
that's like, to me, nah. And I don't think, what are you hiding your kid from? Like, if you think he's crazy, then you don't need to be talking to him.
Right. I agree.
So yeah, and going into men who have girlfriends who try to talk to like you, I'm pretty sure that's happened to you. I know there's a guy that I know also, and he gave me this long spiel about how he's in love with me and how he wants to make a life with me and how he wants to take care of me and da 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 da. I go on his story and I see that this man posts like a girl. So I'm like, Now, mind you, we had conversations after he's like, yo, like I want to talk to you. Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah.
So I go on the girl's story and I see that they had pictures together. So I'm like, this man can't have a girlfriend. He can't have a girlfriend after he told me that, like, he wants dealings with me. Oh, look at one of her stories. It says, look on one of her pictures and it says, like, you're the missing piece to my puzzle. And I'm in love with him, yada, yada. Go back to the man. I'm like, yo, I go on homegirl page. Is this your girlfriend? We're dating. That's why I think people like dating is we go out on dates, but it's nothing serious.
We're not exclusive.
You said what?
We're not exclusive.
100%. If a woman is posting your picture on her page and saying that you're the missing piece to her puzzle, you are her man. Which means you don't need to be in my DMs trying to be my man.
Well, see, that could be a toss-up though, because there are people who are slightly delusional and some people who are no, I'm not even trying to be funny. It's people who are desperate to be with you sometimes or be in a relationship with you. I'm not that type of woman. I'm not desperate to be with no man. But I know that there are people out there who will portray something that is not. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that that's that situation, but I'm just saying like that could be a situation for him to be so, yeah, we are dating, but maybe it's not serious. Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Look, that's how, dating for me is not serious. But once again, I guess I felt disrespected too.
Dating for you is serious. Don't lie to the viewers, because when you start talking to somebody, you think you own them. Don't lie.
I think I own them?
You said that on this podcast.
That I don't think I said I own you. No.
Yeah, you were like, you're mine. That's not ownership.
No, if we are, okay. if nothing's ownership, but what I'm saying is, if we're dating one another and we're clear that we're just dating, then that's just what it is. It's free flowing dating. But when there's a point in a relationship where you and that guy are like, we know what this is. We have an understanding. We are each other's. Like, don't play with me. There's an understanding there.
Okay.
When homeboy said they were dating, but you're telling me that you're in love with me, that's messy.
Yeah.
That's just flat out. That's flat out just messy, and it's inconsiderate of homegirl's feelings. And if you're posting her in your story, then that means it's more than dating, because why are you posting her in your story anyways? Like, that's where I felt like, yo, you playing with me. And I don't like you playing with my intellect, and I don't like that. You post her in your story after you done fucking told me one thing about a week ago. We got a problem. So that's when I was like, okay, we just gonna throw that in the trash real fast. We're gonna save the friendship and throw it in the trash.
Well, it's not always true, but I'm just playing devil's advocate in this situation, because I know of a guy who posted you in his story and you guys aren't dating at all. And he's talking to other women. And I'm sure those other women were like, how are you not talking to her? But she's in your story 5 times.
Well, okay, right. But see, the thing is, if a woman, that's true. But if on my page, there's nothing, nothing of him on my page. There's nothing of me on his page. And that is true. But that would just be something they would just have to know, like, yeah, we don't talk. Because that's the truth. We don't talk. That was just him being, nice. So, right, things can be read differently and read wrong, 100%. But for me in this situation, if I wouldn't have seen that on her page, I would have probably thought to myself, oh, well, that's one of his friends. I probably wouldn't have read too deep. But because I go on her page and I see that she is into him and she is in love with him, yeah.
So I have a question. Were you into him when he proposed what he proposed to you? Were you into him?
You know what? I was interested in seeing, like, let's see where it can go. Like, I was interested in it. And I think that's probably what made me even more disgusted because I don't like to feel like I've been played. So I was like, oh, nah. So that, yeah, I opened the door. And then when I allow you to walk through, you do this shit. Yeah, nah, I'm good off you, dog.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good off you. What about you? Like, has a guy ever tried to approach you and you found out he had a girlfriend?
Probably. Yeah, I'm sure of it. I've had a man who had a whole wife and I didn't know.
Oh wow. Yeah, that would piss me off. That's
But I didn't see. I wasn't pissed. I was pissed off the fact that we had been intimate, but I was not mad because I wasn't attached to him. Like I didn't care about him. Like it literally was just like a one-time thing. And then I found out and I was like, oh gosh, okay, never, don't talk to me, don't call me. And he still tried, which I thought was super trifling. And I think they're still together. So
yeah, I mean, I guess for every different things in different situations make people mad. For me, it's the balls of it all. Like, I feel like you tried to play me, and that's the part I guess that would piss me off. Like, you didn't think I would find out, or now that I found out, like, what if I did really like you? What if you don't know when you're doing shit like that? You don't know someone's feelings, and so when you're playing with people's feelings like that, you could have been a crazy bitch. You don't
that's
know,
what
like
I
you're
was just
putting your wife
thinking.
in danger.
That's really what I was thinking. I was like, a lot of people really just gotta be more, you just gotta be, I think some people try, they know who they're talking to, right? They know the type of woman they're talking to. Some people don't, because
Or they don't care.
know. That's what I was gonna say. Some people don't care because you may be talking to a woman who got time today and might do what that one girl did with me and send me all those messages because they're so desperate to get their story out and they feel played. You know what I'm trying to say? That's really what that situation was. This homegirl felt played by him. And I guess by me for some reason, I have no clue. Homegirl felt played. So that's why she sent all those messages. So one of these type of men, the married man, the guy you're talking about with the girlfriend, they could run into the wrong chick who got her feelings real hurt and decides to expose you to your actual girl. And then it's a problem for you. So I think you just got to be careful with that. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know people's mental state at that time. And when I say mental state, I'm not saying that something's wrong with them or anything, but sometimes you're angry. Sometimes you're sad. Sometimes, again, you feel played and you want to get revenge. You know what I mean? I'm not really a person who likes to get revenge. I like to sit back and see what happens to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Revenge is not something that I like to seek. I believe in God. So I believe God will handle everyone in the way that they should be handled.
Yeah. I mean, revenge is to me pointless. Life happens, right? And you experience it.
Right.
I feel like seeking revenge on someone would not give you goodness. So
will not give you any satisfaction.
It's not at the end of the day. So I think the best thing to do is remove yourself and find someone who's going to treat you the way you want to be treated.
Ariana.
Yeah. That's how I feel about all that.
So T, do you feel like more men or people, because I'm not going to say men, do you feel like that people with money get away with cheating more than someone who is living off of their spouse, whether you are a man or a woman?
Yes, Definitely. I think that yeah, for sure. So when you're in a relationship, it's so much as we grow, it's so much to the stew, right? And
Mm-hmm.
money is a big factor. And
Mm-hmm.
so if you have an individual who is the breadwinner,
Mm-hmm.
who takes care of home, and he does a lot of she does a lot of the right things. If they cheat here and there, you may be okay with it
Right.
versus someone who sits at home and does nothing or is making minimum wage and can't really do nothing, and then you got the balls to cheat. See, now a person might say, how the hell can you even cheat when you ain't even got the money?
Listen, sometimes when you broke, that'd be the best time to cheat. You know what I'm saying? You cheating for a reason though, because I knew this guy who he went from girl to girl based off of what they could do for him. You know what I'm trying to say? Like he was dating like a woman in a sense, right? Like he was like, well, listen, shorty over here got a crib, shorty over here got a car, shorty over here got, you know what I'm trying to say? Like that's how he was dating. So yeah, but I definitely do think that men who have money get away with it a little bit more because they can throw money at a situation. They can say, baby, I'm so sorry. Let me take you on a trip. Baby, I'm so sorry. Let me buy you a bag. Baby, I'm so sorry. Let me buy you a car and extend the relationship. But I always feel like, at the end of the day, those relationships are probably going to be dead anyway after a while because
they may be, but it's the stability of it all. And
yeah,
a woman ask herself, do I want to walk away from this? And I'm not saying it's right or wrong, right? But she's gonna ask herself, like, do I want to give up everything that I have because my husband likes to cheat every now and again?
and give it to another bitch.
Give it to another bitch. I
Because
think
it's
that
definitely gonna go to another bitch. Like it's gonna be another woman that takes your place.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So an older woman may say, hell no, I'm not leaving. Because I always hear older women saying stability and things of that nature is what's important. Love is great, but like I said, there's more ingredients to this. So that person, yeah, do I want to give up that just because my husband does this, that, and the third? He never late on the mortgage. We take family trips. He buys me what I want. Woo, all these things. Bop, 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 bop. And people may, and that's the thing about celebrities, like people like, oh, they so stupid, they're this, they're that. Well, that's their marriage, and that's what is okay
So works for
with
them.
and that's what works for them. And unless you've been in a $1 million relationship like that, you really can't say what you would do because you haven't been there.
Yep.
And that's just my opinion.
True.
Yeah. I haven't had $1 million man, be like, oh, I'm gonna take care of everything, but I'm gonna cheat every now and again. When I say it, I don't like how it sounds, but if I was in it, I don't know.
Yeah. I guess so. Listen, we all can't have ice cubes out here who if he ever cheated, man, that shit is just swept under the rug so deeply, like you'll never find it.
Very respectful of his, he's super respectful of his wife.
Yeah. He's like that even, like he don't let people touch him. Like he's very much like, you can't touch me, don't touch, unless I guess you are an actor and you are acting in a movie with him. He probably does not even let a massage therapist touch him. Like he's so
and it's a lot of them like that. And yeah, it's a lot like him. I know Reverend Run, I know LL Cool J. Like they say when women take pictures, they make sure their hands are here. So whether it's like this or like they make sure hands are here. So wifey know I was not touching her.
Right.
Just taking a picture. And I don't see anything wrong with that. I think that when you're a wealthy man in the music industry or the entertainment industry, you gotta have some type of like guidelines or boundaries in what a fan can do, because an innocent picture like this, yeah, that night we were woo woo, that could turn into anything.
Right.
So I think you gotta be
careful. It could turn into I was partying all night with LeBron James, and really you just took a quick little pic with him in the club. So.
And that's it. And when you're drunk, you get drunk faces. So that's when it's funny. It was like, yeah, we was together all night. Like, no, boo. Everybody was drunk. You were over there. You came over, asked me for a pic. I took a pic, and that was it.
That's why I don't take pictures when I'm drunk. Like literally, never. I hate
You
taking
could look
pictures
like
when I'm drunk because I
you
be
could
looking a
totally look
mess.
down. But we are here. We are here.
We are here, y'all, and that is a wrap on this episode, y'all. I'm about to chill out, and I hope that you guys all stay safe and know that COVID is still real out here. And even though the world is opened up and the CDC told us don't wear your mask, don't listen to them people, okay? Because even if you have the vaccine, you can still get COVID, everyone. Stop playing with yourself, okay? Stop playing with yourself. All right, y'all. We out. It's Hot Thoughts Podcast up in this thing. Peace.
Peace.